Hey, Linda. How are you?
Hey, Mom. Yeah, doing okay. What's up?
Must have been at least 1 month since we last talked.
Seriously? Has it been that long? Sorry I haven't been able to contact you. I've been pretty busy. Busier than I thought, actually. And the time difference can get a bit confusing.
Yeah, well, I've been pretty busy too. Your father will finish up his business assignment here in Australia in about a month and will finally be home again. I have all this stuff in the house accumulated after living here for the past 5 years. Cleaning that up is really taking up time.
Better than having nothing to do, I suppose.
So, what are you up to today? You have anything planned?
Dan's parents are stopping by today, so I have to get the room cleaned up and do a little shopping for dinner tonight.
Seriously? Are they coming over again? Didn't they just visit last week?
Did I mention that to you?
Oh no. I have a friend that lives nearby, and she mentioned that she saw them visiting. I know. Seems kind of nosy.
Oh, yeah?
Hey, Linda. I really don't want to criticize Dan's folks, but don't you think they visit a little too often? Doesn't seem normal.
You think? Doesn't really bother me.
Are you okay? I mean, you're not being pressured or anything.
No, nothing like that. It's just that they want to see their grandkids soon. So they tend to be a little overindulgent.
I see. Are you sure you're okay? You're not tired, are you? You always say they are very nice, but I hear they tend to be strict sometimes.
Don't worry about me, Mom. I'm fine. Besides, Dan's here to protect me. He's a sweetie. His parents are strict at times, but I think it's only because they're concerned about my well-being. That's all. I actually should be grateful to them.
If you say so, Linda. But just keep this in mind. I'm always here to help you. Don't forget that. Call me anytime you want.
Like I said, Mom, I'm fine. Don't worry. I better get going. I'm pretty busy today. I'll contact you later on. See ya, Mom.
All right. Just don't overexert yourself.
Dan, are you there? Answer me.
What do you want, Linda? I'm busy.
Where the hell are you?
I'm at the airport. Where do you think?
Does that mean that note you left on the kitchen table? Is that true? Are you really going off to Hawaii with your folks?
Yeah, that's why I left the note. Are you daft?
Are you really going to Hawaii?
What do you think? Take care of the place while we're gone, would you?
Is it just the three of you?
Yeah, me, Mom, and Dad, the whole family. Who else did you have in mind?
I thought I was a member of the family, to be honest.
You? No way. You have to stay home. We need someone to provide for us, right?
What are you saying, Dan? Aren't we family? We're married, aren't we?
Yeah, we're married, but not related by blood, so I wouldn't put you in the same category as family. Mom and Dad say they feel the same way. By democratic standards, that means it's 3-1 vote. In favor of you not being a member of the family.
How could you even say that, Dan? You act like I'm just some item.
I really don't have time for this, Linda. They just announced that they are boarding. Better get on. Hawaii, here we come! See you when we see you. As for you, just work and bring home the bread and butter.
Dan, wait, don't go.
Hey, Linda, you there? I was just looking through Dan's Insta page. Are you guys on holiday in Hawaii or something?
You saw that?
Yeah, some pictures of him and his parents at the airport announcing that they're on their way to Hawaii on holiday.
Yeah, right. I wasn't invited though. I have to stay home and take care of the house. Oh well. Besides, I don't have time. I have to bring home the bacon, so to speak.
Excuse me? Did I just hear you right, Linda? Are you seriously saying that only Dan and his parents went to Hawaii? How could Dan leave his wife at home and go off on a Hawaiian holiday? That makes no sense. Dan's a regular office worker, not some hotshot businessman, right? I mean, he can go on a Hawaiian vacation, so he must not be doing so bad.
Yeah, well, you know. What can I say? It's a wife's job to make her husband happy, right?
Linda, I never complained about who you wanted to marry. As long as you were happy, I was fine with it. I believe in you. But if you think that maybe you made a mistake, that you're maybe not as happy as you thought, it may be a good idea to change directions before it's too late. Or even seek the advice of your parents. There's nothing shameful in that. Just so you know, there is one thing I'm certain of. I didn't send you off to get married so that you would be unhappy.
Mom, I wanted to.
I know. Just let it out. Talk to me, Linda.
He's not working at all.
Pardon me?
Dan, he's unemployed at the moment. He quit his job 3 months ago. He takes on various part-time stuff every now and then, but he uses that money for his own pleasure.
Wait, Linda, back it up a bit, would you? You're saying after he quit his job, he hasn't given you a dime?
Yes, that's right. His parents are on Social Security, and the amount they receive just does not cover everything, so he said we shouldn't rely on them for any support. That's why I have to work. I have to support Dan and his parents.
And who's paying for the Hawaii vacation? Dan's out of a job. Shouldn't he be working on trying to find a new job and not be vacationing? He's got his priorities all mixed up if you ask me. As a matter of fact, he should be cutting back on spending.
The money for that vacation? He used the money I made this month without my permission.
Are you telling me that Dan and his parents are on vacation in Hawaii using your hard-earned money?
Yeah, that's right. I was going to use that money to pay off some debts, but he dug through my belongings and found this month's pay. I had just returned from the bank. He took every penny. I need money to eat, so I took on another part-time job. They pay on the spot, so...
You do realize that this is just simply nonsensical.
Yeah, I guess.
Can I ask you something, Linda? I know you had a substantial amount saved up while you were single. You haven't used any of that, have you?
Yeah, I was going to tell you about that. Dan got a hold of my cash card and somehow figured out the password. He used my savings to buy his parents expensive gifts and took them to fancy restaurants. He also bought his mistress an expensive brand handbag.
Did you just say his mistress?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he took her to his trip to Hawaii.
And Dan's parents know this and welcome this immoral relationship? Is that what you're saying? When are Dan and his entourage getting back from this so-called vacation?
Let's see. 5 days. So, next Saturday.
Next Saturday? Huh. Okay. Linda, I want you to come home right now.
Huh? Home? You mean home?
Your father and I will be back the day after tomorrow. We'll both be at the house. Go pack your things and be ready to escape at any time. Got that?
Mom, really? You'll do that for me?
Of course, my dear. I'm always on your side, Linda. What are mothers for? I will do anything to help you. Don't forget that. Don't you dare keep this all to yourself. We're here to protect you. I don't know what to say, Mom. I can't thank you and Dad enough. I should have told you sooner. I'm going to do this. I'm going back home.
Hey Linda, where the hell are you? We just landed at the airport. Come pick us up ASAP. Hello, Linda. Pick the damn phone up, would ya? Always vanishes right when you need me. Sheesh. What use is she? All you got going for you is to clean the house and cook for us. Oh yeah, and financial support. Can't forget that. Pick up the damn phone and get your ass moving, for God's sakes.
Hello, Dan. How are you? This is Linda's mom. It's been quite some time since we last talked, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Hello? Sure has been a long time. Great to hear from you. Unusual to get a line message from you. What's up?
You just sent Linda a message, so I'm replying on her behalf.
Excuse me?
Maybe what I'm about to say will explain the situation you're in.
Have you returned stateside from your husband's assignment in Australia?
Yes, that's right. It was a long 5-year assignment, but we're finally back. Just arrived back home a few days ago.
Seriously? I thought you guys were going to get a permanent resident and just live over there.
Excuse me? Who told you that? We always planned on coming back.
I had no idea. You never returned during those 5 years, so I figured you like it there.
Well, you're partially right. The company insists that you cannot return for the first 2 years. I was looking forward to coming back the 3rd year, but... Then the pandemic happened, and we couldn't go back and forth as we expected. If that didn't happen, we would have returned at least twice a year. So, it's been 5 years of never getting the chance to return, but I'm elated to be back.
I had no clue. So, you were actually adamant about returning, huh?
Never thought I'd find out, huh? Is that why you've been treating my daughter like some personal ATM machine in your family made? I suppose Linda does make a lot more than women her own age, especially you. You figured she didn't have any close relatives. You thought we would never return from Australia. So you proposed to her and got married. That's when you started mistreating her, using her as a maid and making her work and stealing her earnings. You even stole her savings. Money she had saved all through school and before marrying you. And to think that your parents were in on it. They had full knowledge of your scheme and supported you wholeheartedly. Shall I go on?
How do you even know all this?
We have our ways.
You didn't seem like caring parents to me. I mean, you met me and my folks online. Remember that? What kind of parents do that?
As I said, the global circumstances were such that we were not able to meet in person. I'm sure you understand. You said so at the time. Don't you remember?
Huh? Yeah, but...
Also about the wedding. We said we'd hold off on that until we returned and the date has not yet been set. Wasn't that what we agreed on?
Huh? Right. Wait.
I didn't realize you were so forgetful, Dan. Maybe we should have waited for the whole marriage itself at least until we had returned. Maybe we should have met face to face beforehand.
Yeah, but...
My daughter will file for divorce. She no longer wants to be your maid. I mean, wife.
Oh, wait a second. You can't do that. Hey, I'll make things right from now on, I assure you. I'll even start looking for a new job. So, please, no talk of divorce. Please? The timing is just not right. I have to make a living, you know?
There are other reasons why my daughter wants nothing more to do with you.
What are you talking about?
Paula Connors, 23 years of age, no gainful employment.
Pardon me?
Your mistress. You went to some bar and picked her up, had relations with her for about 6 months.
Where'd you get that information?
Wow, 6 months ago. That was right about the time we submitted the marriage certificate downtown.
What is this?
I guess it was about the time you arrived in Hawaii. I got a message online from your little sweetheart Paula. She said she had dibs on my husband, and that she had just arrived in Hawaii with you and your parents. Nice of her to let me know.
Why the hell did she?
That wasn't all. She kept sending little messages describing her escapades with you all week and even explicit photos. As a matter of fact, she was sending me 3 or 4 photos a day of the two of you lounging around the beach. There was even one of you guys in bed. I obviously didn't reply, but that sort of pissed her off for some reason. And the photos only increased, and some started to get downright raunchy.
No wonder she was going nuts with all those photo shoots. That idiot!
I would appreciate it if you would thank Paula for me. Thank her for the boatload of photos and messages. More than enough evidence for my needs. My lawyer said it was more than enough to institute legal proceedings and claim damages from both of you.
Come on, Linda. Let's talk about this.
I want the divorce, and you're going to give it to me.
But you know I'm unemployed.
That has nothing to do with me. Figure it out yourself. Goodbye, you good-for-nothing creep.
After thoroughly going through all the line data, our lawyer initiated legal proceedings against both Dan and Paula. There was ample and irrefutable evidence to prove Linda's case. This Paula apparently thought that Dan was some rich guy and he would cover for her, but when she learned he was unemployed and there wasn't a penny to his name, she turned deathly pale. Obviously, her parents were not able to pay, and she ended up borrowing the money and paid it in full. I heard she ended up working as a hostess somewhere. As for Dan, he was ordered to pay all the money he used, including all of her savings. Without a job and his folks on Social Security, the only thing left for Dan and his parents to do was to sell their house and property. And if that wasn't enough, borrow from whoever would offer a loan. Last I heard, the 3 of them were living in a beat-up 1-bedroom apartment down on Market Street. I'm sure they are kicking themselves every night for messing this all up.
Dan, what time are you coming home today?
Around 7. How about you, Angie?
I think I'll be home by noon. I'll directly go home after my meeting with my client. I'll prepare some dinner when I get home.
Thanks, I'm looking forward to it.
Talking with you like this really makes me feel that we got married. We were really busy unpacking yesterday. It was a pretty hectic day.
Yeah, we even ate our lunch using boxes as a table.
Yeah, the furniture didn't arrive in time. But I think we really made a wise choice about the furniture. Our room is so beautiful.
Yep, it reflects our preferences and personality perfectly. Thanks for organizing everything, Angie.
I wanted a room where we can relax because we spend most of our time there. Let's make many memories at our new home.
Yeah, Angie, I have something I want to talk about with you.
What's wrong?
Now that we're married, there's some things I don't want you to do.
Things you don't want me to do? Did I do something wrong?
It's not like you did anything wrong. It's my opinion as your husband. I don't think you have to put on makeup every day.
Huh? Makeup? Like foundation and eyeshadow?
Yeah.
Dan, what are you saying? It's a normal thing. Everyone does it. I can't go out without makeup, Dan.
But it's not required by law.
Well, yeah. For me, makeup is a way to look good and give a good impression.
What? Did your company ask you to do so?
It's not a requirement. But makeup helps me leave a good impression on my clients. It helps me with my job, so I choose to put makeup on.
But you don't work in sales. You don't meet so many clients.
I do meet my colleagues and clients every day. I want to look nice in my office. I need to put makeup on, Dan. I can't go to work with my bare face.
Then do guys at your office wear any makeup?
I'm not sure if my colleagues do, but I guess the new employees do. It's not rare for men to also wear makeup nowadays.
They wear it for fashion.
Hey, Dan, why are you asking me to stop wearing makeup all of a sudden?
I'm just worried. I feel like your makeup to attract attention from guys.
Huh? That's definitely not the reason.
Then why did you put on makeup on the day you went on a date with me?
Well, I wanted to look as pretty as possible,
See? You wear makeup to look nice.
but I wear makeup mainly for myself. I want to look like my ideal self. What I want to say is, I don't wear makeup for guys.
I can't accept that answer.
Then what am I supposed to say?
Are you dissatisfied with our marriage? I thought you wanted to marry me.
Of course I wanted to marry you, and I'm really happy right now. But I think it's a different story.
How is it different?
Sorry, Dan. I have to go back to work. My lunch break is ending soon. Can we talk about this when I get home?
Okay. I have more to say, too. Let's talk about it in person tonight. Angie, are you home? It's been 3 hours since you left for your parents' house.
It takes me some time to get there. And Mom invited me to have dinner with them tonight.
Huh? You're still at your parents' house?
I thought you also went out today.
I was planning to go home by dinner. It's only been a month since we got married, but you're not preparing dinner for your beloved husband?
It's just for today. I'm cooking for you almost every day.
You're my wife, Angie. You should cook for your husband every day. Isn't that normal?
Hey, Dan. We both have a job. Didn't we agree to do housework together?
I'm in charge of taking the trash out.
There's more to housework. And about my job.
You finally decide to quit your job?
No. I'm sorry, but I haven't been able to make my decision yet.
It's already been a week since we talked about this, and I'm pleading you. Why can't you make the decision?
It's a hard decision to make. You suddenly asked me to quit my job. And the reason why you want me to quit is because there are male workers.
Yeah, it's dangerous to work with guys.
How is it dangerous?
Affairs happen most of people working at the same workplace. I'm worried about you, Angie.
I will never cheat on you. You don't believe me?
You're easily influenced by others. I have to make sure you're safe.
Hey, Dan. What's gotten into you since we got married? First you asked me to stop wearing makeup. Then you forbid me from wearing skirts. And now you're telling me to quit my job? Aren't you being a bit too sensitive?
You're the sensitive one. Why can't you just listen to your husband? If you're my wife, do what I said. If you continue to refuse, you're getting divorced.
Divorce?
Yeah, I don't want a wife who doesn't follow my orders. But I bet you don't want a divorce. You just got married. You'll be too embarrassed to tell your parents and colleagues that you already got divorced.
Hey, are you serious?
It's your fault. You keep on doing things I told you not to. You're trying to attract guys' attention by wearing makeup and skirts. Are you still trying to seduce guys?
No, I never thought so. Okay, Dan, I made my decision. I'm gonna stop wearing makeup and skirts, but I won't quit my job.
Oh, really? I guess you have a lover at your office. You must have a specific reason why you don't want to quit your job.
Why would you think like that? I just like my job. It's what I always dreamed to do.
I'm not asking you to stop working. I'm just asking you to work at an office that doesn't have any male workers.
Dan, please. Can you be more considerate of me?
I'm asking you to do these things for you. You don't understand my feelings at all. Come home early. You have to change for the better. I'll have to forbid you from going out until you understand your role and responsibility as my wife.
Dan, why are you being so selfish? Did you call my boss this morning to tell him that I'll be quitting my job?
Yeah, I did. So what?
Dan, I told you I didn't want to quit my job. I've been trying to accept your request. I don't wear makeup, I never wear skirts anymore. And I don't go out on weekends.
You just stopped wearing makeup and skirts because I dumped them into the bin.
But I'm still doing what you told me. And I've allowed you to check my phone every day when I come back from work. I'm doing my best. Don't be so selfish, Dan.
You're married now, Angie. You don't have to work. Why are you so obsessed with your job? I have no idea why. I guess you're hiding something from me.
No!
Then just quit your job.
I like to work with my colleagues, my boss, and my clients. I like my job. It was my dream to get this job. There's so much more I can do now compared to when I was a new employee. I enjoy doing my job. So I don't want to quit.
I thought it was your dream to be my wife.
That's a different story. Dan, listen. I married you because I loved your kind personality. You never asked me to quit my job when we were dating. You also never said anything about my appearance. What's gotten into you, Dan?
I never said anything because we weren't married yet.
Huh?
We were still strangers when we were dating each other. But now that you're married, you're officially my wife. I have the right to say anything I want.
That doesn't make sense. Being your wife doesn't mean I'm your possession.
I don't think you're my possession. I'm not trying to objectify you, but I think you should listen to what I have to say as my wife. If you act like my wife, I have nothing to say.
Then you should have married someone else. Someone who never wears makeup nor skirts. Someone who is willing to quit their job after marriage. You should have told me your requirements before we get married.
Why should I? I don't want to marry someone I don't love. I fell in love with you, Angie.
You keep on telling me all my responsibilities and role as your wife. But how about you, Dan? You also work with women. You also wear hair wax and perfume. Will you stop wearing them if I asked you to? Will you be willing to work at a company without women?
Angie, you really have no idea. I don't have to do that. I'm a guy and your husband.
Huh?
Why would I have to listen to my wife? You're misunderstanding. And there's nothing to worry about because I would never cheat on you.
Okay, I get it.
I'm glad to hear that. You finally understood what I said.
Yeah, thanks. I completely understand what you said. I'll stop doing everything.
That's great, Angie. The only thing you should do is to devote yourself to your husband. I hope you can be the best wife for me. Hey, Angie, where are you?
I'm working. I told you it was my last day.
Stop lying to me.
Huh?
You want to hang out with a guy. I saw it with my own eyes. You were walking with a guy I didn't recognize with a big smile on your face.
Oh, you saw that?
You think that's acceptable behavior? How can you hang out with a guy without telling me? I'm gonna make you regret this. I don't think I can keep my calm today.
Well, I'm not going home tonight.
Huh? You're not coming home?
I told you it was my last day.
I thought it was your last day at work. You're gonna quit your job today.
No, it's my last day as your wife. So I decided to leave the house. I'm having my things carried out now. And the guy you saw me with, he's the lawyer I hired for our divorce.
Huh? What do you think you're doing? I would never accept our divorce.
You were the one who told me to get a divorce if I wasn't able to follow your orders. I made my decision. I can't live as your wife.
It's only been a month or so since we got married. People will laugh at you if they heard you got divorced this fast. Your parents would feel upset too.
but I can't bear living with you any longer.
You're insane. I'm never getting divorced. Come home right now.
I'm telling you that I'll never go back home. And I think you're the one who doesn't want to be laughed at. You love to put a good front. People will definitely gossip about our divorce.
If you're gonna divorce me, I'm gonna spread the rumor that you cheated on me.
I don't mind. If I can get a divorce, I would do anything. I don't care how your friends and colleagues think about me.
Angie, what's gotten into you? I thought you wanted to make many fun memories with me. I was being strict because I wanted you to become a good wife.
You're insane, Dan. Are you trying to make me stay? You never wanted a good wife. You just wanted an obedient wife who would follow all your orders. I can't be what you want me to be.
Angie! You can wear makeup from now on. You can also wear skirts. You don't have to quit your job.
It's too late. I can't trust you anymore.
I was just genuinely worried. I thought someone would take you away from me, Angie.
It was too much for me. I don't think your actions were out of worry. You believed that your wife would obey all your orders once you got married. You're so old-fashioned to think that men can do whatever they want while women should not.
Wives are supposed to devote themselves to their husband, if their happiness is to do so. But you're always trying to look good to seduce other guys. You never listen to what I asked you to do. You're crazy. It doesn't make any sense at all. All women dream to get married. Only marriage can bring them happiness. I thought that was why you married me.
Ugh, you're disgusting. Your ideas creep me out. Stop pushing your own ideals on me. You were kind to me when we were dating because you thought I would escape once I got to know your real personality. You suddenly changed your attitude after getting married because you knew I wouldn't be able to get a divorce so easily. I can't stay with someone who wants to control me.
Angie, I'm so sorry. I'll go back to being my kind self. Let's get back together, okay?
I don't want to. I no longer love you, Dan.
How can you stop loving me in such a short period of time? I thought you loved me. Remember our wedding vows?
I loved you so much at one point, but your actions ruined everything. You're to be blamed for changing me in such a short period of time.
I'm sorry, Angie. Let me apologize. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I can't bear it anymore. Find a new wife who would devote herself to you. I will find my own happiness in my life. If you want an obedient wife, how about you marry a doll? We had several discussions about our divorce with our lawyer, but it was impossible to have a proper conversation with Dan. He kept crying all the time, and we eventually ended up having a divorce mediation. Nevertheless, I guess he was too shocked to participate. Thanks to his absence, my requests were accepted, and I was able to get a divorce earlier than planned. I was lucky that we didn't have to discuss much about our property because we were only married for a short period of time. I'm happy that the process went relatively smoothly. Dan threatened me to spread the rumor that I cheated on him after we got a divorce, but I am ready to fight back. Even if he tried spreading the rumor, I'm confident that no one would believe him. His parents seemed surprised about our sudden divorce, but they understood why after I showed them our conversations and the audio recordings about what my husband told me. His father seemed frustrated when I showed them the footage, so I guess his father had similar ideas as him. Maybe Dan was a victim of his father's influence, but I'm not gonna endure it. I am happy from the bottom of my heart to be able to get a divorce. But I felt a bit awkward at first after my divorce. My boss told me he'll be counting on me at work. I want to try my best because it was always my dream. We tend to listen to everything our loved ones tell us to do because we love them and want to please them. but we should also value our own feelings, and they should also respect us. Thanks to my past self, I am here now doing what I always dreamed to do. I don't know about my future, but I live a free life and do whatever I want for now.